This is Granny again, and welcome back.
Why did people can so much when you were growing up?
Well, they had so many kids, they had to can. And they canned them in half-a-gallon jars. They didn't use quart and pints like we do. Mama canned her stuff in half-a-gallon jars, outside in a washing tub. Build a big fire underneath it. And we'd put them jars in the washing tub, and we'd have to go out there and poke the fire everywhere we fit. So we got them canned.
And did you guys live anywhere near a grocery store?
No. Well, as close as I do now, because I live at the home place, and the grocery stores are still like they were when I was growing up.
How
We didn't get to go to the grocery store. Mom and Daddy went on Fridays.
And that was usually the food you ate all year, right? The stuff they canned or the stuff they grew?
Yes, and Daddy, we raised chickens and pigs, and he'd go out and they kill squirrels and rabbits. And Daddy'd bring home anything. You know, he'd go fishing. He'd bring home anything he could find. One day he brought home a half of a bear, and Mama got mad, but she put it on and boiled it every day for a week. When he come home from work, that bear was sitting on the middle of the table. And on Thursday night, he looked at Mama and he said, "Hey, Dog, I don't think I can eat a bear again."
Did you remember eating it?
I didn't eat it, but I remember Mama cooking it.
She made him eat it for a whole week?
Yes, she put it on our every week. She said she'd drop it, so break it one way or the other.
Well, now that you have grocery stores you can go to, why do you still choose to can?
Because it's better. I won't eat green beans out of a can at the store. I don't eat tomatoes out of a can out of the store. I do buy my kraut. I don't make kraut because I can buy kraut cheaper and I can chop it up and make it.
So it's also cheaper to grow it, but also tastes better.
Yeah, we love to grow it. Nick loves it. He carries stuff all day long, a little bit at a time, out of the garden.
Okay, so these are some questions from fans. Where do you get your canners? Your outdoor pressure cookers, I think is what they're talking about.
Well, I have mine for 42 years, and I got it at a yard sale for $1.
Not your pressure canner.
Yes,
honey.
ma'am, I did. Right.
We're not talking about that. And we don't know where you got your.
Oh, I got my burner at Bass Pro.
And you got your the actual canner
at a yard sale for $1.
And the burner does take propane gas like you use on the gas grill.
Yeah, but they sold me that because it was vacuum locked. What they didn't realize, they could reheat it up and it would unseal, so I did that and got the lid off. That was the problem. They couldn't get the lid off the canner, so they sold it to me for $1.
So to get the lid off the canner, you just heat it up?
You heat it back up, just let it get warm, it'll break loose.
We're still talking about two different stories. But that's fine.
Well, they'll ask about the canners too.
No, they have asked about canners on that cannon show I've been watching.
And you said you got your outdoor sink also at Bass Pro Shop.
Yep. They got them on sale right now for $99.
And what's the difference in pressure cooking and water bathing?
I don't touch a pressure cooker. And water bath is when something's already been canned, and then you just water bath it to make sure it seals good.
So just to seal it.
Pressure can, you're cooking by pH pressure. So you don't have to have a whole lot of water, and pressure builds up, and it just holds your pressure.
Now we old timey can in an old timey canner that it takes you like 2.5 hours to can a jar of green beans, where a pressure can, and it only takes what?
20 minutes.
So it's a lot faster to pressure cook. Are there things that you cannot water bath?
No, you can water bath anything. A water bath is usually anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes.
But everything's just already cooked.
Yeah, it's already done its thing.
Do you prefer cooking inside, not pressure cooking, but water bathing inside or outside?
I've never tried outside. That's Dixie's.
Outside. Because I've tore up 6 stoves. So
Just
I had,
6.
Yeah. I burnt the wiring harness out, 5 of them, and then busted the top on my flat top. So it's like, we're done with this. Either you quit canning on the stove, or I'm going to fix you something you can outside. So, and I like outside a lot better.
You have a nice station set up.
If you got a flat top, do not can. It will crack the whole top on your stove.
It doesn't get hot enough.
I canned mine outside this year, but she got me one of those
So it was your first year canning outside this year because she got you that for your birthday, right?
for my birthday, and I thought, why in the world did she buy me something like that? But I love it.
You love it? You like it better?
Yes.
And you
And
did
it's
you
a lot faster than me canning it in here. So I like it.
so old dogs can learn new tricks?
Yep. I ain't no old dog yet.
Not before she growls like one.
She goes, all right, so at what age is officially old?
You never get old.
You never get old.
You never get old. I thought when I was young, my mommy was going to turn 50, and I thought, oh my gosh, she's going to be so old. But you don't get old.
I'm guessing 33.
You're just as old as you act.
Old as you act. So how old do you act?
Sometimes I act pretty old, and then sometimes I act like a teenager.
You'd go back to age 25?
We're talking about what our new body's going to look like when we die. Dixie says 33.
33 was your magic year?
Well, it was, I guess, yeah. I worked like a dog, but I didn't get as tired as this.
I hope I'm pretty.
Well, you will be, because you get a new body. You're going to be pretty, and you're not going to be old, and you ain't going to be gray-haired, and you don't have to worry about hair dye or none of that kind of stuff.
I guess 33 would be about mine, because that's when I got my divorce from Jerry, and I was the skinniest, and I was the prettiest.
That's right, you was pretty.
I was.
So 33, but you went 25.
He
Oh,
ain't much older now.
but I'd say 25 to 28. I'd go 10 years ago.
So why do you all still can if there's grocery stores?
Yes.
That food is terrible. If you open up a jar of home green beans and open up a can of green beans from the grocery store, yeah, you would know a difference.
And if you worked in a canner, like I did up north, you would not eat no canned food out of the store. I worked in a tomato canner. You might got a green tomato in it, or a rotten tomato in it, or... No, I won't eat tomatoes.
So you worked in a canner, a tomato canner up north.
Go way on high.
in Florida. And she, plumb up till she passed away, she would not eat a lot of vegetables that come out of the grocery store in them packs because she knew how they were being packed. And she was very, very clean and picky. I mean, she never had much, and they never had nothing growing up. But she was clean, and she was picky on what she ate and how it was cooked.
So she knew how it was packed and wouldn't
Yeah.
eat it. For someone who's brand new to canning, what's the easiest thing to start with?
Green beans.
Green beans,
And tomatoes is easy. I got this peel and put them on stove cooking. So it's up to a good bowl and then put them in your jar.
Okay, 1 vote tomatoes, 1 vote green beans.
yeah. Soup beans is easy for me. I
Soup
pressure
beans.
can them. They hold better than pressure can. I got a pressure can box.
What are the best jars, brand of jars to can with?
Ball or curd.
Yep.
And where are you currently finding your lids? There's a lid shortage everywhere. Have you found one that is working or ones that don't work?
I am still using the ones I ordered from last year, but I went online and I ordered some from a company called Tattered. And they are the old-timey rubber rings, and the seal, were back in the old day they used the glass lid, but these are some kind of plastic looking stuff, but they're like the real old-timey seals. And that's what me and Mom's used a lot of those.
Have you found one that works or doesn't work?
Put some that opened up on
Oh my. Do not order off Amazon from China. They are cheap and you're wasting your time. If it's not a ball or a curd lid, or now those that come from the Amish, they're good. I've not lost any or had any trouble with them. And they're only $2.99 for 2 dozen. I mean, they're like really cheap. And then those at the dollar store is good ones. But other than that,
Well,
it's been awful.
Timmy, I don't know whether he ordered his online, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he said the other day that he had his refrigerator full of tomato juice where all his lids had buckled up on him.
I've been fortunate to catch mine when they do it, and I've been busting the seal off and putting a ball lid, claw
We had
seal,
two to
and
do
then
that.
flipping
We
it,
did
and I've not lost any. But I'm real bad if I finish out a canner, a pressure canner anyway. You gotta let it cool down before you can release it. And if it's like real late at night, I'll just let it set all right and then take it off the next morning. And I had corn, and I almost was going to do that, and I thought, now we'll have one of news, and then I'm going to make it release. So I took the cap off and let it release on its own. And 6 out of my 7 jars was buckled. And if I hadn't done that, I would have lost.
So you could just take those, since you caught it in time, you just took it off and put a ball lid on it and was able to
Flipped
save
it,
them.
yeah, it saved it, it sealed.
So if anybody up north, because they're not shortage, because they don't can a whole lot, run across any in the Dollar General store, send them to us.
Yep.
And y'all come back now, you hear?